Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Six Figure Morning Show. We give you the best advice in business and life. Thank you guys for all the likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. You already know I really do appreciate it. And I mean that, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I know there is no me without you. I would not be able to do what I'm doing if it was not for all the love and support that you guys show me on this channel. So thank you. So we've been running with the topic of becoming your own CEO. I like that topic, and evidently you guys do too. So we're going to keep running with it, but I need you to understand that this is loosely. I'm talking to the masses. If you need me to tailor this to you, then you'd have to do a one-on-one coaching. I have no problem helping you build your business from a startup already existing. Does not matter. Does not matter. Real estate, painting, whatever. That plumbing, that doesn't matter. But to run with the topic of becoming your own CEO. Guys, we've already touched loosely on cleaning up your life, deleting the old social media, getting away from the weak friendships. I'm trying to watch my mouth here. Getting away from the weak friendships. We've talked about, what else we talk about? No man's land. Entering freaking no man's land. Woo, I love no man's land. Guys, I stay in no man's land. I just live there. I don't even leave. I'm in no man's land right now. It doesn't really feel like it, you know, because I'm working from home now, but I'm in no man's land right now. So I just stay. I've been in no man's land on and off for years. Guys, so stop trying to skip that. No man's land is hard and it is scary. You will be cold, wet, and hungry. You are alone. Stop trying to skip that part of this, guys. There has to be a period of sacrifice, something. In order for something new to come in, something old must go. The old you must die for the new you to be born. Has to go that way, guys. Has to freaking go that way. The next level will be uncomfortable. Hands down, plain and simple, can't be any more clear than that. The next level will be uncomfortable. You get to the next level through discomfort. If it is easy, it is not the next level. You're probably at the end of a level. You're at the end of a cycle. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a breakup. The next level, if somebody just broke up with you and it hurts so bad, walk through that pain, walk through no man's land, walk through it. And when you get to the end, it will be easy. If it is easy, you are at the end. No man's land is hard. The next level is uncomfortable, guys. Let that sink in all the way to the bone. Let that sink in all the way to the bone. To go from, it's only when you've lost everything can you truly have anything. I'm going to say it again. It is only when you have lost everything can you truly have anything. When you've went from nothing to something, might have to tap into that later. But that's the God's honest truth. When you have lost everything, you have opened your life up to anything. Anything your heart desires, whatever your mind, whatever vision. See a vision. Create a plan. Execute. See a vision. Create a plan. Execute. If you're having trouble seeing the proper vision, or you see so many visions, I tell people all the time to begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. And what I mean by that is, if you're 30 years old, I don't care how old you are. Let's just hypothetically, you're 25 years old. What does 50 look like? That's 25 years from now. You are going to wake up and be 50. Let's get tactical. Let's get strategic. You will wake up and be 50. I know that we can YOLO. I know that we've all lost friends and family at a young age. I know that there are always those freak occurrences and accidents. And sometimes those situations happen to let us know how short and precious life really is. But statistically, from a statistic standpoint, ladies and gentlemen, you will wake up in the next 20 years. You will wake up in the next 25 years. Stop YOLOing your freaking life away. I did it. Okay, I did it. When I was 16, 18, 21, I did not expect to wake up at 40. Okay, I was not thinking that way. But you will. If you're 25, you will be 40. Okay, if you're 25, you will be 35, you will be 30. So however increments you need to break it down, that's fine. But I promise you, if you're 25 years old right now, you are going to be 50 years old. Let's start thinking about it. So if we begin with the end in mind, what does 50-year-old me, man or woman, what does 50-year-old you look like? What are you doing? What kind of car are you driving? How are you dressing? How are you talking? How are you acting? How are you living? I want you to visualize that. What does your house look like in 25 years? Do you have a farm? Do you have a cabin? Are you in a penthouse? Are you in a condo downtown Miami? Are you in a condo downtown LA? Do you have a nice house in the suburbs in a small community? White picket fence, wife, husband, 3 kids? You know, are you driving a freaking Jeep Grand Cherokee? Do you have a 2-car garage? Do you have an at-home gym? What do you have? Visualize it to the T. What are you cooking for dinner? At 50 years old, on your 50th birthday, what does that party look like? Visualize it. Man or woman, I don't care. Do you have a personal library? Do you have a cigar lounge? Do you have an at-home bar? Do you have an at-home gym? Do you have a swimming pool? What do you have? Who are you? What, you understand? Visualize it, every bit of it. Cross your T's, dot your I's. I want you to see it. I want you to go somewhere quiet and I want you to shut up about it. Once you see this vision, once you have this vision of who you are in the next 20, 25 years, I want you to be quiet. Break it down into increments. Right now, my vision is to 2030. I do think about 70-year-old me. Don't get me wrong. I've already done this, guys. I've already done this, the deep inner work for myself. I've already figured out who 70-year-old me is. But right now, I had to come back to reality and build him. That's what I'm telling you to do. Come back to reality and build that person. So right now, I'm visioned out. I saw a vision. I created a plan and I'm executing. My time frame right now is the 2030. I have a 5-year plan going into 2030. I got to double down on that too. But I created from 2020 to 2025. I've already accomplished all my goals. I accomplished all my goals at the beginning of 2024. So I've been kind of just coasting through 2024. I ain't going to say goalless, but I've just kind of slid on by, you know. And it's been fun, but I got to get more serious now. I got to start getting real tactical. So now I'm locked in to 2030. I'm locked in on 2030. So if you got to break it down into increments, I understand, but you need to project yourself out 20 or 30 years out. I've already envisioned myself 70, 72, maybe 75 years old, what kind of man I am, what kind of life I built for myself. And now I come back to reality and I'm building it, guys. It's tactical. Though a lot of those people I used to know, they were not in my vision. Trust me, I want to know new people. I want to know you. That's why I'm serious. That might seem a little funny. It might seem a little sales pitchy or whatever, but it's the God's honest truth. I want to know you. I want to know the people on the other side of this screen. I want to know the people in my comment section, because those are the people that's going to change my life and get me somewhere. The people in the past had the opportunity to come with me and they didn't take it. Left them there. Moving forward. I've been in no man's land. I've stayed in no man's land. I'm back in it. I'm going back in it. Not even worried about it. I'm going back in it with a great mindset. I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Whatever it's going to throw at me from now to 2030, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm excited. And you should be too. You should be too. You should be 100% excited about it. There has to be, guys. Like I said, sorry if you hear my dog. There has to be a period of sacrifice, no matter what. There has to be a period of sacrifice where you walk alone. You see a vision, you create a plan, and you execute. Who are you? What are you doing? How are you living? Come back to reality, come back to today's time, and start building that person. Start building that person. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. You have to become a millionaire up here before you can ever be one in reality. That's the truth. It's the truth. You have to be the type of person that can handle $1 million. Guys, because so many people think they're going to get $1 million or 10 million or $100 million and it's over. No, it just began. Once you become a millionaire, your goal is to maintain that money. If not, you'll be a one-hit wonder. You'll be like all the lottery winners. Excuse me. You'll be like all the lottery winners out there. How many of them have hit the lottery and then ended up broke in 36 months? How many rappers or musicians or whatever actors came along, made a one-hit wonder, and then gone? And then you see them 20 years later trying to rebound. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes that long. It can take that long. So you need to become a millionaire up here before you ever have $1 million. What does a millionaire do? Millionaires study business, stocks, real estate. Business to make the money, stocks to grow the money, real estate to hold the money. I've covered that a lot. Business, stocks, real estate. Business to make the money, stocks to grow the money, real estate to hold the money. Those three right there, the trifecta. That's what you need. I've covered that a lot on this channel. I will cover it again, guys, because I mean, new people come in. So for the older ones, hey, whatever, man, just soak it all in, because I will have to keep covering these things for the new crowd that comes in. Business, stocks, real estate. You have to become a millionaire up here in your mind before you ever have $1 million. Quit setting back. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Quit setting back, waiting for $1 million before you take action. Take action now. Do you understand? Take action now on becoming the type of person that deserves $1 million. That person studies real estate. That person studies business. That person studies the stock market. You need to pick one of those, whichever one, I don't care, and you need to master it. You need to keep a hand or an eye on all three, but you need to master one: business, stocks, real estate. One of those has to get mastered. One of them. If not, you will fail. I can't be any more clearer than that. Everybody wants this old PUSSY way of getting there. They want this old weak, sorry way of, oh, it's just given to me. Guys, this is not easy. It is not for the weak. This is the hardest damn thing that you're ever going to do. It's the hardest thing that I've ever done. How many people laughed at me, made fun of me, talked shit about me along the way? Just because I wanted to better my life, because I wanted to make more money. Wanting to make money is not bad. It is not evil. Rich people are not evil. If anything, poor people are lazy. Do you know how hard it is to make money in any form? Whether you own a concrete company, whether you own a construction company, a roofing company, whether you're a plumber, whether you're starting your own cleaning service, whether you're starting your own candle company. Do you understand that a candle company can make $250,000, $500,000 a year? I'm so serious. A lot of you may not even be thinking that. A catering company can make $500,000 a year. Easy. It is hard. No friends, no family. Nobody's going to believe in you. Stop looking for people to believe in you. For one, you got to give them something to, for one, you may not even believe in yourself hard enough. But two, you got to give them something to believe in. And three, they'll probably have ran your name through the mud so much that you won't want to circle back around and deal with them any damn way. So F-U-C-K them. I'm trying to figure this YouTube thing out, man. It's hard for me not to. Hey, but I'm so serious, guys. I am so serious. There's going to be a major period of sacrifice for you to get to the next level. The next level is hard. It is hard, guys. But it's rewarding. It's very rewarding. It's free. From where you're at right now, the next level is free. The next level is sobriety. The next level is physical fitness, personal development, self-education. Next level is free. It's always free. The next level is monk mode, no man's land. It is always free, but are you willing to do it? In order for you to get there, that old you has to die for the new one to be born. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And it really bothers me when people take it as a joke, because I live my life this way every day. I walk the sidewalks. I walk the streets amongst you with all this in my mind. It's not a joke. If you want to get to the top, you're going to have to develop the mindset of a king or queen, and a king or queen has no friends. I don't give a shit if you're just out there in the construction world. If you want to be the best in your area, you better be ready. You better be ready. This ain't checkers. This is chess. You better be ready. Let me get to today's topic. That wasn't today's topic. I'm sorry. today's topic of becoming your own CEO or becoming the CEO, becoming a CEO, is getting your budget down. And the first way you're going to get your budgeting on track, the first way that you're going to get your budget on track, guys, is by figuring out your basic survival rate, your BSR. That's another BSR. I have two of them: business, stocks, real estate, and then BSR, basic survival rate. So the way you get your budget on track, the way you really get your life on track, the way you start to execute on this is by figuring out your BSR, your basic survival rate. Your basic survival rate is how much does it cost for my physical body to reside on planet Earth. I tapped on this a little bit yesterday, but how much, and this is serious, man. If you got a family, you got to add in each one of them. So, but this is not Netflix and Hulu. This is not Christmas and birthdays. This is none of that. All right. This is beans. This is rice. This is cooking at home. This is canned chili. All right. This is trailer steaks, bologna. That's what this is. How much does it cost for me or me and my family to live on planet Earth? If you have child support, you have to include child support, because the goal of becoming your own CEO is to get off of child support. Child support has to be included. You have to take care of your kids, fellas. Women too, because there's some deadbeat mamas out there. I know a bunch of them. So women too, but men, because my channel is predominantly men, you have to take care of your kids. Hey, I understand if there's some little shitheads. I get it. But the universe will never reward you as a man and give you all the riches and glory that you want out of your life if you do not take care of your children. I can't harp on that enough. You have to take care of your kids. So child support is to be figured in with your basic survival rate. It has to be done. There's no other way around it. Has to be done. So how much does it cost for me to live and reside on planet Earth? How much does it cost for me and my family to live and reside on planet Earth? And I'm not talking about comfort. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking comfort. You understand? Basic survival rate. I'm not even talking about a car unless you live in a car. I will only allow rent and a paid for vehicle or mortgage and a paid for vehicle. I will not allow car payments in this unless you live in a car, because basic survival rate, you probably pretty broke. If you understand, if you're going down to a BSR, your ass is broke. Especially for you young guys out there, young women out there, you're 19, you're 21, you're trying to get your life on track. Cut it. There's a lot that goes into a basic survival rate. To be honest with you, basic survival rate is you. You are your first and last line of defense. You are your first and last line of hope. You understand? Basic survival, I'm trying to break this down properly. Basic survival rate is you. I'm not going to accept any job out there that I cannot walk or ride a bicycle to, because I'm not going to allow myself or to rely on other people to take me to and from work. So therefore, I don't want a job in the county over. Okay, I don't want to take a damn position in the county over knowing that I may not be able to get there or I may not be able to get back. Basic survival rate. Do you understand? I'm riding a bicycle. When I came up with all this stuff, guys, I was homeless, riding a bicycle. I was thrown into the trenches, riding a freaking bicycle back and forth to Texas Roadhouse, washing dishes after a decade in the Army and after multiple business ventures. I lost everything. I watched everybody around me laugh and poke the finger and, oh, he must be on drugs. He's gay. He's this, he's that. But I just lost everything. I had to sell my beautiful BMW. I'll find a picture of that. Had to sell all these things. I lost my house, all these things. Hell of a story. Hell of a story, but I'm proud of it. I'm glad it happened to me because I dug out. I didn't just lay there. The shit that happened to me, some of you would have laid in the corner and cried for 3 years. Hell no. This happened to me 5 years ago and I'm bouncing back. Look at me. Look at me. You may think that I'm nothing or whatever you think of me, but this happened to me 5 years ago. And I've already bounced back to over a 6-figure income. in 5 years. Listen to what's coming out of my mouth. Listen to the things I'm telling you because I did it. I'm just like you and I did it and I'm going to help you do it. Figure out your basic survival rate. I'm not relying on other people. And I'm not relying on friends and family. They will let you down. My God, they'll let you down so fast. Stop relying on other people. So, how much does it cost for my physical body or my family to reside on planet Earth? How much does it cost? Beans and rice, bologna, cooking at home, no Hulu, no Netflix, no nothing. No nothing. I don't even care if you have a cell phone. At this time of my life, I use no internet, no cell phone. I had to walk to the public library. I broke it down. I got rid of everything. No Netflix, no nothing. I hated that for my son because he didn't have those things like most kids had at that time. I hated that for him. But now he understands and he sees the direction that his father is moving. I will walk off. If you think you're going to enter my life and mess anything up, I'm out. I'm out. I will leave you in the dirt. I can never go back there again. That's why the other day when I made that hurry the F up video, if you cannot keep up with me, you're left. You're left. Goes for anybody. You're gone. And that's the way you need to move and operate. Because when something like that happens to you, when you have lost everything, can you have anything? You're out of my life. I don't care. I don't need a goodbye. I don't need a text. Block me, delete me. I don't care. And that's the way you need to be, guys, because don't look at me and think that all that happened to him. Guys, you ain't a unicorn. You're not special. That same thing that happened to me can happen to any one of you. Basic survival rate. I know for some reason, I feel really passionate about this video. I don't want you guys to fail. And I want you to stop with the weak mindset. I want you to realize that you don't have a lot of friends and family like you think you do. When you hit the lottery, everybody's going to come around you and be like, we won, we won, we won. But when you go bankrupt, oh man, that sucks, dude. I hate to hear that. But you get some money, man. Let's go out. Let's do this. Let's do that. But you ain't got nothing. Oh man, don't worry about it. I hate that for you. I'm sorry you lost your house. Well, you mind if I sleep at your? Can I take that extra? Nah, man, my wife and kids ain't gonna. No. You'll find out who your friends are real fast when you lose everything. You ain't got none like you think you do, guys. Ladies, gentlemen, talking to the masses. When I say guys, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm talking to all of you. Your friends and family are not who or what you think they are. You're only your immediate, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. There you go. But your actual cousins and so on, nah, not at all. Not at all. You'd be highly mistaken. I don't give a shit. When money's involved, watch how people evolve. Watch how they move. When you start putting money on the table, watch how these people move around you. If you got money, you're treated different. If you don't have money, you're treated less than. Look at it. You guys see it every day. You experience it in your own life, and some of you may even treat people in that manner. So, hope we got a basic understanding of what basic survival rate is, because it is nothing. It is the bare bones minimum. I want only rent, lights, water, gas, or mortgage, lights, water, gas. The basic food that it takes for me and my family, for me and my son to eat, we're looking at about $400 minimum. My basic survival rate, and that's because of the cost of inflation. Before inflation and all that crap is a lot less. And that's cheap food. And I'm sorry it is like that, but it's cheap food. And that's what you'll have to be in your BSR, is cheap food. Damn, I was about to say something and I forgot. I was talking about food. For me and my son to eat is, my basic survival rate right now because of child support is about $40,000 a year. Without child support, we're looking at around 22 to 24. I'm even more than willing, if I had to, for a little while to go live in a tent. That's basic survival rate, guys. I would go at the right season, at the right time, spring or fall, I would go sleep in a tent. No problem with it. I would be able to keep my old paid-for truck and I would go to the national parks and sleep in a tent. I would sleep in the back of my truck, things like that, if I was pushed back into that situation. That is basic survival rate. That is what I'm talking about. down to the bare minimum. I don't want to sleep in a tent. I don't want to do that to my son. If I slept in a tent, my basic survival rate would be about $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year. That's what I figured it would be. That would be cost, vehicle insurance, because I have no car payment. I figured that would be cost, cell phone, vehicle insurance, food, and then excess money to start making proper plans and preparations to get myself out of that bad situation. But none of this is made up. Guys, this is everything that I went through, and this was my thought process. I remember walking in the snow and the cold and the rain and the sleet with all my winter clothes on and everything on, and I would walk and think, how am I going to get out of this? That's all I did. That's all I did. In Paducah, Kentucky, I was up 4 a.m., snow beating on my damn face, and I'm walking down the sidewalks, I'm walking down the streets. How am I going to get out of this? What angles, what avenues, what approach do I need to take? So everything was strategic. No more games, no more friends. Fuck everybody, man. Nobody was there. Nobody cared. I had to fight for my freedom. I had to get myself back out of that, man. I had to dig out of that hole. Nobody was there with me. And I don't want to see it happen to you. So that's why I teach these methods, because it very much so can. Right now, you're in the Great Depression 2.0. It's really the Great Inflation, but you're in the Great Depression 2.0, and it ain't over. It is not over. I don't think you're going to see any form of decent relief until 2030, guys. 2028, 2030. Still don't. I know I said that before, and then I kind of reneged on it. I was like, I'm not sure. But back to what I'm seeing again, 2030. 2030. Back to everything I see with the mindset of the men I know and what I think they're getting ready to put us through, 2030. You're not going to see any relief, 2030. 5 more years, ladies and gentlemen. 5 more years. There's no script here. This is what I did. This is the way I live my life. This is it. I walk amongst you crazy like this. So it's I really do. So I hope you have a good understanding of what basic survival rate is. Once we figure that out, I told you my basic survival rate is about $24,000, but because of child support, I have it pegged at about $40,000. That allows me still to smoke a cigar, eat some Applebee's, go to a restaurant, take my son to the movies, things of that nature. $40,000 is where I need to be just to survive. So just to survive, $40,000 leaves me just a little bit to go be able to do something. But that is not where I want you to focus on. If your basic survival rate is $40,000, then you can no longer accept any job less than 50. If it costs you and your family $40,000 a year to survive on planet Earth, that is rent, mortgage, lights, water, gas, no car payments, no car payments. If we get down to the nitty gritty, there is no car. We're riding bicycles, we're walking to work. You can no longer accept a job paying less than 50. Because here's my thought process on that. If I take a job at $40,000 a year, after $40,000 a year, and I'm going to be taxed, so I'm really only walking away with what, 34 or something. If it costs me $40,000 a year to reside on planet Earth, me and my family, and I take a job paying $40,000 a year before taxes, that's $20 an hour, guys. If you need to know what $20 an hour it is, multiply it by 2. If you need to know what $40,000 is hourly, then divide it by 2. So that's $20 an hour before taxes. That means that I have exerted all of my time and energy, because now I have to take care of my family when I get off. I've exerted all of my time and energy, unless you're going to work 2 jobs at $40 an hour or at $40,000 a year. Now you're at 80. I can see that. I can understand. You won't be home for family. We talked about that going through no man's land yesterday. But at $40,000 a year, and it cost me $40,000 a year BSR, that means I've exerted all my time and I still need money. I'm literally just surviving. That's why I tell you not to take a job less than $50,000 a year. Once you figure out your BSR, you need if your BSR is 35, then you need to be taking a $45,000 a year job. That allows you a little bit of freedom to pay off debt, to stack some cash, to have a cigar, to have a steak dinner, to enjoy a holiday and a birthday. You have to figure out your BSR before you can move forward on anything else. You have to figure out your BSR, your basic survival rate, down to the freaking bare bones. What does it cost for my meat suit to survive on planet Earth? What does it cost for my little kids, their little meat suits, to survive on planet Earth? All right. What does it cost for my wife or husband's meat suit? You got to take in, unless you plan on walking off from your family, which I don't recommend. That's not very, I don't really think the universe or God or whatever you believe in will look highly. I think that's frowned upon, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that's frowned upon. So don't walk off on your kids and your wife and your husband and stop all that nonsense. Don't do that. So you need to figure out your BSR before you will be able to make any proper moves into a budget. BSR is your first line of defense. We need to know that before we can make a budgeting plan. No vehicles allowed. The only way I will allow a car in the BSR, that's a nice one. I'm a real Dr. Seuss today, ain't I? The only way I will allow a car in a BSR is if you're choosing to live in that vehicle, if you're going to dump the house. You understand how serious a basic survival rate is? If you're going to dump the house, then keep a car, sure. But if you're going to keep a house, which I recommend, dump the car and start using your feet and a bicycle. Figure out your BSR first, and then we can figure out a budget. Figure out your BSR, and then we know what kind of jobs we need to be looking at, and we can start to budget our life. Hope that helps. You guys have a great freaking day. Don't do nothing stupid. Take care.